Hola, buenos días, chicos. ¿Qué tal? ¿Bien? Fabuloso, fantástico, estupendo. Okay, let's get your brain switched on, guys. Can you please make sure that you have got the worksheet for this lesson ready to go, whether it's printed off, ready for you to send photos to your teacher, or it's on another screen on your computer to upload to wherever you've been asked to. Question number 2. We have the verb llevar. And what do you think the verb llevar means if we're talking about clothes? And how would you conjugate this verb into the present tense? So how are you going to change llevar so that you can say I, you, he, she, we, you all, they? Use your books and your knowledge organisers to help. Pause the video and come back to it when you're ready. Okay, so hopefully you've got your worksheet ready. We have potentially worked out that llevar means to wear. It's an infinitive verb, and we know that because it ends in AR, and in Spanish we recognise infinitives ending in AR, ER and IR. And to conjugate it to the present tense, we have the following answers. Llevo, llevas, lleva, llevamos, lleváis, llevan. Remember, when verbs are conjugated, they are always put in this order so that you start with I, then you move your way down through the people and the different pronouns to they. Excellent. Okay, so our title for today is ¿Qué vas a llevar? What are you going to wear? And your learning objective is to be able to use the future tense. More specifically, we're using the near future tense to say what we are going to wear. Have a look at the vocabulary 1 to 12. Try to do this without your knowledge organisers, but if you need them, go for it. This vocabulary shows some items of clothing. What do you think they are? And in the pink box on the right, you have an extension of colours in Spanish which you need to put into English. Pause the video, give yourself 4 minutes and come back. Okay, so hopefully you've completed this now, and we have un jersey meaning a jumper, un vestido meaning a dress, una camiseta, a t-shirt, una sudadera is a hoodie, una falda, a skirt, una gorra, a hat, una camisa is a shirt, unos pantalones is trousers, unos vaqueros is jeans. You might have actually seen the word vaqueros before when we were talking about Western films, cowboy films. Unos zapatos are shoes, unas botas, a cognate here for you guys, very similar to English, boots, and unas zapatillas de deporte, some trainers. And these are the translations for the colours. Make sure you've got these correctly written down, and let's move on. So you may have noticed that before each of those items of clothing, we had these words, un, una, unos, and unas. We've definitely seen un and una before, but you may not have seen the other ones. And they all link together. Un meaning a or an, and that being the same for una. Unos meaning some, and unas meaning some as well. With the addition of the s, that can only lead us to think it's something to do with singular and plural, and we've got 2 different boxes, 2 different spellings, masculine and feminine. So here we have our indefinite article, which is singular and masculine. Un meaning a, an, as in a table. You could just be talking about any table. Unos being plural. So you could say some tables or some trousers. You're just talking about any pair of trousers. And then we have our feminine on the other side. Here are some examples for you. So we've got un coche, meaning a car. Una mesa, a table. Unos vaqueros, some jeans. Unas manzanas, some apples. Make a note of this if you wish to in your exercise books or on the worksheet. And let's go. I'm now going to show you the items of clothing from the vocabulary you've seen. and I'd like you to practice your pronunciation with me. So I'm going to show you the photo, say it, then show you the Spanish and say it again. So here we have una camiseta, una camiseta, unas botas, unas botas, un jersey, un jersey, unos pantalones, unos pantalones, unos vaqueros, unos vaqueros, unas zapatillas de deporte, unas zapatillas de deporte, una gorra, una gorra, una falda, una falda, unos zapatos, unos zapatos, una camisa, una camisa, una sudadera, una sudadera, un vestido, un vestido. Make sure that you're practicing your vocabulary, guys, with Quizlet. There are a number of classes that have been created for each module that you've been doing since the start in September. The link is on the worksheet, and you've also got it here for you to join. You might need to create an account, and you can do that using your school email. Excellent. So guys, we need to recap on the near future because we're going to be saying what we are going to wear. So pause the video, think about these questions, and then we'll come back and review the answers. So when do we use it as in the near future tense? We use it to talk about something that is going to happen. For example, I am going to see a show. I am going to eat a pizza. And what is the key thing to remember with the formation? For those who haven't been taught by me, I follow the rule of 1, 2, 3. And this is what I mean by the formation 1, 2, 3. We have part 1 here, which is all about using ir, the present tense, which means to go. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. I am going, you are going, he, she is going, we are going, you all are going, and they are going. Part 2, we just need a little letter, which is a. Voy a, vas a, va a, vamos a, vais a, van a. And the third part is adding an infinitive. We all know what an infinitive is, which is a verb in its purest form, can be found in a dictionary, and we've got some examples here. The 1, 2, 3 formation is as follows. So we add part 1, part 2, part 3 equals the near future tense. Pause the video to make a note of this if you wish to. And now let's practice it. So imagine that you're in class and you've got some mini whiteboards and you're going to see these options appear on the whiteboard. If you go for the green option, you are translating the sentence into English. If you are going for the amber option, you are translating the sentence into Spanish. And if you are choosing the pink option, you have got to correct part 1. So think back to this formation, 1 plus 2 plus 3. And then we look at the pink part here. This is part 1 because it's from ir. The English is correct, but the Spanish is not. Pause the video, give it a go, and we'll go through the answers. Right, so for the green option, voy a escuchar, I am going to listen. Amber option, he is going to write. Va a escribir. 1, 2, 3. He va to escribir. Right. Part 3, sorry, not part 3. I was looking at the number 3 of the pink box. You need to correct part 1. We needed to say van a salir because we're saying they are going to go out. If anything has mos, it means we, any verb that ends with mos. Give the next one a go. Choose the level that you feel most comfortable with, and then you can always move up next time. Be careful with Amber. The bracket S means singular, so we're just talking about one person. Okay, so the green answer. I am going to wear a skirt. The amber answer. Vas a llevar un jersey. The pink part. You need to correct part 1. We want it to say we are going to wear a t-shirt. It's not going to be vais. It's going to be vamos. The green. No voy a llevar unas botas. Into English, please. Amber into Spanish. And correct part 1 for pink. Okay, so the answers are as follows. I am not going to wear some boots for green. No vamos a llevar unos pantalones. We are not going to wear some trousers. And correcting part 1, no va, because we wanted to say he, she is not going to wear a shirt. As you may have noticed here, these sentences are all in the negative form. So we have the use of no that comes before part 1. So if it's positive, 1, 2, 3. If it's negative, no, 1, 2, 3. Give the next one a go. Green, amber, pink. You choose. Okay, so the answer for number 1. I am going to wear a cap or a hat. They are not going to wear a dress, changes to no van a llevar un vestido. And correcting part 1 of pink. This one's slightly different because we've got another word in front, but it's still going to be this one here. So instead of it being you singular, we want it to be you plural. Vais a llevar una sudadera. You all are also not going to wear a hoodie. Tampoco, in this case, is the negative version of también, to say also. Give this one a go, guys. Pick your choice, read carefully. And now for the answers. Green. Nunca voy a llevar unos zapatos. I am never going to wear shoes. Nunca being our negative instead of no. She is going to wear a cape. I nearly said cape then. Should be cap or hat and dress. Va a llevar una gorra y un vestido. And correcting part 1 in our pink box, we want it to say we are going, not van a llevar. So it's going to be vamos. We've seen sin embargo before, our nice connected to mean however. And you've got some new vocabulary here. Unos calcetines, meaning socks. And one of my favourite Spanish words, which was one of the first new words I learnt when living in Spain. Unas pantuflas, meaning slippers. Excellent, guys. You've now got some listening tasks. I would like you to go to this website, please, and follow the instructions. You've got all of this on your worksheet, so give that a go, please. I can see the results, so make sure you're doing your best. Moving on to the grammar. We all know that an adjective is a describing word to say how big, small, or how colourful something is, like we are doing in this case, because we don't want to just say we're wearing this, that, and the other. We want to say how beautiful and colourful it is. What do you notice about the adjectives that always end in an A, end in a consonant, and end in an E in this table? Have a think, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so we know from previous experience and knowledge that the standard adjective agreement, if it ends in an O, it follows this pattern. If it's singular masculine, it's O. If it's singular feminine, it's A. If it's plural masculine, it's OS. And if it's plural feminine, it's AS. But what happens if it always ends in an A? You'd be thinking, oh, well, it's just feminine, right? No. In this case, it actually just stays the same for both singular feminine and masculine. And then we add an S for plural versions. If it ends in a consonant, so these are letters that are not A, E, I, O, U, as we have here, marron meaning brown, marron, marron with an accent, but then it disappears and we add ES for our plural version. And then end in an E, verde, verde, and then we just add an S for plural. Make a note of this if you wish. Otherwise, please complete the table that is on your worksheet. You've got to fill in the gaps with the correct form of the adjective, and your challenge is to translate sentences 1 to 7 into Spanish. Be careful about the agreement and the placement. Muy bien, chicos. Vale, vamos a ver las respuestas. Here we have our gap fill answers. Pause the screen so you can check your work. And here we have our answers to the challenge. So, una falda azul, a blue skirt. Remember, it's the other way around in Spanish. We literally translate it to mean a skirt blue. Number 2, una camisa blanca, a white shirt. Número 3, una gorra negra, a black hat. Número 4, unas zapatillas de deporte amarillas. This one's really important to take note on because we have our plural indefinite feminine article because we're talking about some trainers and it's influenced by this, zapatillas. That's why amarillas, the yellow, the adjective, needs to be feminine plural because it links back to this first noun. Not this one, this one. Número 5, unas botas negras, some black boots. Número 6, un vestido naranja, an orange dress. And número 7, un jersey rosa. Careful with these ones because these are the exception to the standard adjective rules in Spanish. Lovely. Okay, so imagine you have a take 10 in class. Yay! And I would like you to write dos entradas de un blog, una muy positiva y otra muy negativa. 2 entries in a blog, positive and negative. And this is all about what you are going to wear. That is our learning objective. So let's hit that. If you want to stick to green, go for this option here and fill in the gaps. So you can fill in the gaps here and here and here with some clothes. So normally I wear a skirt, a shirt and a hat. This one here, it's got the near future. Voy a ir, I am going to go. Think back to the beginning of module 4 and the places we were inviting people to and who you're going with. And this is your opinion, so you're going to need an adjective there. If you want to challenge yourself a bit more, use your imagination. You can still use this as a model, go for it, and see if you can tick these boxes here. In red as well, we've got more of a challenge. So talking about other people, not just yourself, making sure your adjective's in the correct place and agreements. Near future, use it in different formations as well. Give other opinions, talk about others. For example, my brother, le gusta, a mi hermano le gusta. You can go back to the conditional tense practice worksheet and that will help you with this one. Variety of connectives and time phrases as well. Mañana, tomorrow. Ayer, yesterday. Hoy, today. Write it up on the worksheet. If you're with myself, Miss Henton, please upload your work to Teams. Otherwise, follow the instructions that your teacher has asked you to do. And the final activity is this little quiz. Click on the link, copy and paste it into Google, and you will be directed to an online quiz, like drop down multi-choice, and write your score up on the worksheet. Gracias, chicos. Si tenéis preguntas, estoy aquí. Adiós.